Good morning and welcome to this short update in which we are going to discuss the fact that Bitcoin is actually bouncing up and has some good news on the fundamental side as well. Yesterday Elon Musk bought Twitter, it's going private, but it's also going to develop some new open source stuff, and probably Twitter is going to be a hell of a platform to actually be on, as Elon Musk has crazy ideas for it. So before we're going to continue and discuss the movements of Bitcoin at this point, we're going to say that, hey, if you want to be a subscriber, subscribe beneath. It doesn't cost you anything. If you want to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, definitely check out the links in the description beneath. And also, do not forget to like this update. That would help me a lot to grow this YouTube channel towards the next level as we are back on the daily updates once again. Now, when we're looking at the price action, yesterday we have been making some trades in our platform. The platform is 8 Global, where I'm sharing all my trades in the trading portfolio. Initially, we got stopped out on a few trades. We've been making partial profit on them. The rest has been stopped out, so that has been going okay. But now we have been buying back yesterday. And if you want to follow me on the trades, definitely check out the website that we have got in the description beneath. A membership where you can find trade IDs, a community, fundamental reports, educational material, and my portfolio where I show my staking portfolio, investment portfolio, and trading portfolio, including all my trades. Check out the website in the description beneath. So fundamentally, the day was crazy yesterday. We had Elon Musk buying Twitter. He's also been saying that he wants to get rid of all the scam bots. He wants to make it open source. And therefore, I think that Twitter can actually become quite large, especially now it's becoming private, and he wants to create a big platform out of it, in which he thinks that he's, as a visionary, should be having that Twitter should be having a different path than what it has right now. And I think it will only benefit the platform in itself, and I think we will be growing quite heavy with that one too. Now, there's also some new news, which is Fidelity, which is going to add Bitcoin to its 401 plans, 401k plans, which will mean that the first major retirement plan provider will also be adding Bitcoin to that product. And I think that that is also a large one, as that would open up the gates towards a ton of liquidity and a ton of growth in terms of price action for Bitcoin over the long term, because if people are going to add Bitcoin to their retirement plans, that is going to open a flood of liquidity at this point. Now, Bitcoin has been bouncing back up, and we were saying that there were a few crucial levels that we should be looking at. And first of all, we lost the lower time frame one. This is what we discussed yesterday, but we were still holding the higher time frame one. So if we wanted to do anything, we had to flip 39.2 and we had to hold the level around 38. Both have been happening at this stage, as Bitcoin is currently moving back above 40k once again. So the odds and the chances of continuation upwards are going to increase quite heavily. But which level should we be holding, and should you be looking at altcoins at this point? That's what we're going to discuss next. So when we're looking at the daily time frame for Bitcoin at this point, we have been concluding yesterday that the level that we should be holding based on the higher time frame is the level at 38k. If that is currently holding, I'm assuming that we're going to see continuation on the markets, or at least that should be holding if you want to have any continuation on the markets. And currently we can see that we are holding there. So the assumption that we're going to test higher levels or higher prices is pretty much an okay view at this point, in which holding 38k was the crucial barrier to do so. So based on the daily time frame, this is looking quite okay. If we lose 38k, I think that the drop is going to be quite heavy at this stage, and then we're going to see a retest at 30k, which is still the same scenario. Looking at the lower time frames, we have created ourselves a bullish divergence, which was the push towards 42.5k. Now we have created a larger 4-hour bullish divergence. As we have been sweeping the recent low, we have been dipping into this daily block of support here, and we are bouncing back up, through which this bigger bullish divergence has been created, in which the assumption can be made that we can have even further upwards continuation at this point, in which we could be even testing 42.5 relatively soon again, and therefore we've got to zoom in a little bit more, in which Overall, if we're looking at the price action of Bitcoin, the level that I want to see it sustain is obviously the level at 39.3. That is the one that I want to see sustain at this point, and I think that is the breaker here. If we have any correction, if we lose 40.2, I think 39.3 is the next level to test, and then nothing is really bad at this stage yet, and I think that then we are going to create a higher low, confirming the bullish divergence, and can see continuation to the upside even more. So 40.2 is the first level to watch. If we hold there and we crack 40.8, I think we're going to accelerate quite fast towards 42.5. 39.3 is the level that we should be holding if 40.2 is going to lose its point here. Now, the DXY is still running up. The bearish divergence is invalidated, as we can see. And at this stage, we're just continuing a very heavy run, just like we have been doing previously. And therefore, it's actually quite good how Bitcoin is performing at this stage, given the fact that, and I'm going to use the Dutch stock markets at this point, are showing a heavy downwards trend too. And also the Nasdaq is showing a serious downwards momentum, in which it's currently back at support. However, we got a few important companies coming up in this week with their earnings. So the volatility is going to be quite high. The DXY is going to be looking for a resistance quite soon, or at least topping out relatively soon. That is still the assumption that I have, given the vertical move that we can see here. And the moment that it is topping out, we can see a result on that when it comes to the Bitcoin price action. Now, when we're looking at altcoins, there could be a reason that we're going to have a higher low here, and that is obviously a trigger for the new bull run. In this case, for instance, VeChain, we are making ourselves a higher low. We are seeing that this higher low can be created before the new run starts, as you can see here. Previously, every downwards trend with lower lows has been an indication that the markets are going to have continuation downwards. In this case, we've made this low, created ourselves a higher low, made the first run, and potentially, and you can see it all over the place, we are making another higher low here, which could indicate that we can even have a run back towards the higher numbers here, or could have at least some sort of altcoin run if the dollar is going to reverse. That's the update for today. Make sure to subscribe indeed. I'll see you again tomorrow, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram too. See you again soon.